The daughter they called a failure me name is Faith Phillips. And I am 37 years old, for 15 years. My family believed I had ruined my life. They saw an old truck with more than 200,000 miles on it. They saw my faded clothes, my worn-out boots, and the dirt under my fingernails. They thought I was struggling. They thought I had made the biggest mistake of my life, but they never knew the truth. Every dollar I earned went into my dream. When I left my office job and bought 80 acres of farmland, everyone told me I was making a terrible decision. My older sister, Renata, was the loudest person saying it. At every family gathering, she would talk about me like I was someone they needed to feel sorry for. Poor Faye, she would say she works too hard and still can't get ahead. She's probably drowning in debt. She's too stubborn to ask for help. The worst part was that she said it with such confidence that everyone believed her. My parents believed her. They saw Renata's beautiful house, her expensive car, and her husband's successful career. Then they looked at me, a woman living simply on a farm. To them, I was the daughter who made a foolish choice. My father often shook his head and said, "Some people just never learn." I heard those words many times, but I never gave up. Because that land meant something to me. It wasn't just dirt. It was my future. I worked every day from sunrise to sunset. I repaired fences. I fixed broken equipment. I learned everything myself because I couldn't afford to hire people. Some nights, I sat inside my old truck looking at the fields and wondered if my family was right. Maybe I was wasting my life. Maybe I was chasing something impossible. But deep down, I knew I wasn't. I kept going. Then, 2 years ago, everything changed. A survey team came through the area. They discovered something nobody had expected. My land had valuable mineral rights that had been ignored for decades. On top of that, a large logistics company wanted access to the property because of its location near a major highway. Suddenly, the same land everyone called worthless became extremely valuable. The phone calls started. Lawyers contacted me. Business people wanted meetings. Men in expensive suits suddenly cared about my little farm. After months of negotiations, I sold the land. The final amount was $39 million. I didn't tell my family. I told only my lawyers and my accountant. When I saw the money transferred into my account, I sat in my old truck outside the bank and cried. Not because of the money, but because, for the first time, nobody could call my success luck. Nobody could say I had failed. I had built something with my own hands. I kept driving the same truck. I kept wearing the same old clothes. I didn't want anyone to know. Yet, I was waiting for the right moment. That moment came 3 days later. My mother called. Emmy, she sounded like she had been crying. "Faye, please come to dinner tonight," she said. I immediately knew something was wrong. When I arrived at my parents' house, I felt the tension the second I walked through the door. My mother's eyes were red. My father sat silently at the table. Renata sat across from her husband, refusing to look at me. Something had happened. Finally, my mother spoke. She told me that Renata's husband had discovered something while organizing their financial records. There were missing transactions. Large amounts of money had disappeared from an account my parents created years earlier. An account they believed was helping me during difficult times. But the truth was shocking. I had never received any of that money. Not $1. For over a decade. Renata had been taking money from that account while telling everyone it was for me. She used it for home renovations. Luxury vacations. A boat her husband loved showing off, while she told my parents she was helping her poor sister survive. She created a story where I was the struggling daughter and she was the successful one saving me. And everyone believed her. I sat there quietly,